Nehemiah chapter 3. I love chapter 3. Here's another list of names. It's like, the first impression was like, oh my God, another list of names. But more than that, with a good comment, I've read it many times, so just gloss over it. But with a good commentary, every verb means something, and it's so packed with meaning. So here, the rebuilding began, in spite of the opposition from Sanballat and Tobiah. So here, at least the first line is Elisha, high priest, rose up with his brethren, the priest, and they built the sheep gate. They sanctified it, put doors on it, even unto the tower of Mir. They sacrificed it unto the tower of Hananiah. So here, the work has started in earnest, and we see here each person, a group of people is, rather than all build together and then fan out, each group takes a section and build it, and then it connects up. It's like, wow, brilliant. So the first thing is Elisha, the high priest, like, wow, the high priest, the first thing means, and his group of priests. So the thing is, the high priest has to show you are the spiritual leader. So you have to show initiative to lead the people. That's how beautiful this book is. It's like, I've read it as the high priest, yeah, right? But here, the first line, the high priest. So he finished it, sanctified it. It's called the sheep gate. So there's the dung gate. I don't know why it was, but the sheep gate, this gate, and the other gates, they have names. Even today, they have names. So the sheep gate, on surface, okay, it's called the sheep gate for whatever reason. More than that. Sorry. The high priest chose this section to build a sheep gate. This would be the easiest access for the animals to go into the temple. See how brilliant it is? That's why it's called the sheep gate. This is where the sacrificial animals will enter into the temple. Wow. And more than this, it's a list of names, but each list of names are real people. To us, it's like, whatever, just like you contribute some project to a hospital or library or church, and your name is on the plaque. Today, people will see it. Yeah, I know him, but 10 years later, 20, 100 years later, it's like, who the heck it is? But regardless, these are real people whose name may not have any bearing in your lives, but we know. And from the description, they're more than real people. They're from different professions. They're from different areas. They've made huge sacrifices to come and build. It's not like a day's, Habitat for Humanity. You come and volunteer for a day for a few hours. It's like you have a whole section, you and your group. You finish that section, and that means you have to abandon your job, your profession, your family, and in that time, however long it is, you build that section. Faster you do it, the faster you finish, then you go home. So here, more than anything, there is tremendous unity and cooperation, even though they're building different sections. Verse 2 says, and next to him builded the man of Jericho. And next to him, Zachor, son of Zimri, throughout. It's like, and next. That's that simple word, next, means a lot. That means there was, tremendous, they worked side by side, next to him. It's amazing. And then they don't all live in Jerusalem. That means they do come from outside of Jerusalem, outside of the area, to put down their daily lives there and come, make that sacrifice and come to Jerusalem to build that section of the wall. Verse 5 says, and next to them, the Tokites repaired that wall, the Tokites from Tekoa. It's outside of Jerusalem. It's not from there. So we know from these names are Tekoites. So that's why we may not know who they are, who cares, but where they're from is significant. They're not from the area. They came from outside of Jerusalem to come to Tekoites. But their nobles put not their necks to the work of their Lord. Here in other translation, they did not put the shoulder to the Lord's work. The nobles, and those I don't want to dirty my hands. But more than that, it's not every ruler from various parts. Ruler means governor or mayor or whatever. Not every ruler, because later in that chapter we read of other rulers. Verse 9. And next unto them repaid Raphael, son of Hur, the ruler of half part of Jerusalem. So the rulers, even though the Tekoite rulers did not put the shoulder to the wheel, the other rulers did. The ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, that's one ruler. And also verse 12, and next to him, it's like next to him, remember? The ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, there's another part of Jerusalem, that ruler, he and his daughters, well, the women folk too. It's see, once you drill down into the details, then you see and you can take more out of it. Otherwise, reading it, you just go with the Tekoites. The ruler did not want them. It's like, okay. And more than anything, verse 27, after them, the Tekoites repaired another piece. They were so excited with doing their work. They were so fast. They finished what was assigned to them. And they, verse 27, took on another piece, another section. This should really be an example to us, more than anything. So more than just a dry section of names, and more names. There's more to it than meets the eye. And then we hear of the various professions they come from. And then they were farmers, they were noble rulers, remember? They were priests, remember? And here, verse 8, next unto him, so almost every verse begins with next. Here, verse 8 is no different. Next unto him repaired Uzziel, son of Hariah, of the goldsmith. So here's a goldsmith. Here's someone who is a goldsmith joining the ranks there, working, putting his shoulder to the wheel to do God's work. And next unto him also Hananiah, son of one of the apothecaries. Apothecaries, the commentators said perfumers, but apothecaries to me means the druggists, the pharmacists, of which I was one time in my life. So it's like, wow. It's so amazing. So here, like I said, so if your section is just walled, so you just put you have people cutting stone, clearing it, smoothing it out, shaping it so that it can be stacked one top of the other. So that would be the function. But if your section consists of a gate, then it does say here what to do. Verse 6, verse 3 also, the first fish gate, there were beams thereof, set up the doors, locks, and the bars. So that would be the gate, the fish gate. So if your section has a gate, that would be what you do. Then you just don't stack stone upon stone. You have to leave an opening, an archway. You frame it with beams, and then you put a gate there, iron rod gate of some sort, locks also. Wow. And also verse 6 is a gate, because we hear they laid the beams thereof and set the doors thereof and the locks thereof and the bars thereof. So here, there's another gate. So that's what you do with gates. And like I said, not everybody can live in the area, but some do. Some do. Verse 10. How do we know? Verse 10. Next unto them repaired Jediah, son of Harumah, even over against his house. And next unto him repaired Hattush. So here, even unto his house. That means his section was faced close to his house. From his house, he could see the wall that he's going to work on. So, definitely we can assume that he's going to do a good job, because once they finish it, as he comes in and out of his house, he looks at that section. It's better be good. It's like, wow. look how, that's my section. Look how beautiful it is. So it's like, whoa. Isn't it amazing? It is. When I read it, I said, oh my goodness, I love it. And 23 also, after him, repaired Benjamin and Hashub over against their house. So, and also repaired Azariah, son of Mashad, son of Ananiah, by his house. So some of them do live close to the section that they repaired, close, so close that they see it, just across from their house. It, it is amazing, but like I said, not all of them are close to home. The Tekoites from Tekoa did not build close to home. They had to come and to build it, and it is so amazing. And what is here? Some verse 30. And after him repaired Hananiah, son of Shalemiah. So some names may be repeated, but it's not the same person. They, just like this John, that John, this Peter, that Peter. So it's a similar situation. And after him repaired Meshullam, son of Berechiah, over against his chambers near his room, really. His room, maybe he has a shack somewhere near his room. And what is this? And priests near houses. There were priests there too, we know. Rulers there, we know. And between verse 32, between going up of the corner unto the sheep gate, repaired the goldsmith and the merchants. So there were other merchants too. We know about goldsmith